Hi, everybody. Welcome on board. Glad to see that we're all joining up here almost on time, 7 o'clock. And I'm excited that we are here together, that we get to sit and share this sacred space that is created through the ether. I think it's pretty amazing that we get to take in each other's energy, that we get to sit in this sacred space together. That that modern technology is helping us in that sense. That before this birth of the modern technology, we were sitting all spread out. There's Ellie K. Nice to see you, dear sister. We were all spread out across our globe. And people were praying, people were sitting in meditation, people were sitting in circle, but they weren't fully physically aware of that connection as we are today, right? Today, we have become aware in a way that previous generations were not aware that way. Trenton Shine, so nice to see you, sir. Yes. So, in that sense, our world of social media, our world of technology, is as filling a function as well as it's of course not only a positive experience, we know that, but we also know that parts of it is positive, right? It's an expression of what's going on within us. The inventions that we create is only a reflection of what's already present in ourselves. So as a side note here in the beginning, what if we consider this idea that maybe potentially, well, this is a little bit of a topic, isn't it? The AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Interestingly enough, it isn't very intelligent yet. It is absolutely not self-aware. It is absolutely only bringing in information, then feeding that information back in a way that it thinks that it's been programmed to relay the information, right? So in that sense, AI hasn't become a self-aware entity yet, but at some point it will. And wouldn't it be interesting if us as humans, instead of only seeing the fear and the negativity, because that's what so many of us are seeing right now, is like how negative it's going to be. Well, that's a reflection of our minds, yeah? So what if we could teach it love? What if we could teach it unity? What if we could teach it oneness? What if we could teach it kindness? What if that could become our dominant state from the human? And whoever we are interacting with will be picking up on those frequencies as well. And those lessons may then move into the AI as well. Now, it's a very different topic than what I was going to bring up today. So, like I said just earlier, I'm grateful we're all here together. Somebody has been suggesting that I'll bring this up. I keep forgetting. I'm not very strong. Hey, Glenna Coleman. Nice to see you, Glenna Coleman. I wrote a book a few years ago, like a year and a half ago. Was it 2 years? Coming up on 2 years. It's called The Four Elements We Are, Earth Mother. And it is about both that we are made up of the four elements that are making up all matter and all of our experience on this planet. We are made up of the same four elements. On every level, we are connected. And we are a part of this system that we call Earth Mother, that we are just, in a very brief way of looking at it, if you think of your cells on your body, and then you think of all the bacteria in your body, and then you think about all the little different moving parts. And you realize that if you took out one of those cells or one of the bacteria, they would be separated from the whole. And maybe you would feel lost. Maybe you wouldn't understand its own part in the world. But then if you put it back into where it's supposed to be, it would pretty quickly talk to its other bacteria friends, talk to the other cells around, and suddenly know its place. What if humans just forgot their place? What if we are like the cells on our body, but we are cells on Earth Mother? We're like bacteria on Earth Mother. And to a certain degree, we went wrong. and the way our cities are expanding, the way our cities are polluting, the way we are polluting wherever we go, is of course a lot. It spreads the same way, the way cancer spreads inside of humans. We spread almost the same way on the planet, yes? We have highways that we move along, like many different things are very similar. So that's what this book is about. It's trying to raise our awareness, trying to raise our consciousness levels so that we become aware of our innate eternal connection to the planet we live on. Look it up. It's on my website or on Amazon. Of course, say what you will about Amazon, but I didn't have another way of getting it out there. So that was how it had to go. So we are here, and today's theme is the soul loss of humanity. And it sounds very serious, and on some levels, of course, it is serious, but it's not as serious as it kind of comes across. Soul loss is a term that we use in shamanic circles and shamanic practices to describe when the trauma got so deep in our system, when something happened that was so traumatizing that a part of our life force energy was cut off. So when we are, if we are little and we have certain, almost like if you have a car accident and you think you're going to die or you're close to dying, part of your body might be so traumatized by that experience that it shuts down. And that energy, that, like, let's say we are a whole tunnel of energy, that part of your energy gets stuck at the time where you had the trauma. But you probably don't know this, because this part of your energy just kind of disappeared. It usually goes into hiding, into what we call the underworld or the subconscious, or in different parts of our body. And then it stays with us as a contraction in the system, which then leads to pain, leads to physical problems, leads to illness over time. So coming back and seeing, so soul loss doesn't mean we've lost our whole soul. It means that we lost parts of ourselves. Parts of our soul got stuck different times along our life. And as we, from the shamanic healing perspective, we go to the client, with the client, into their unconscious, into the unseen. And we help and we encourage the part of themselves that is cut off, to come back home into the heart, come back home into the person, so that the person can experience more of a wholeness in their life. They can become fully complete again. And if we look at our world and call it soul loss from that perspective, and we look at our human experience on this planet, it becomes a little easier to see that the collective soul loss that we have experienced, depending on what country you live in, every country has a different level of soul loss and different experience. What is soul loss to them? Something that is a catastrophe in another part of the world doesn't really bug us here in America that much, but things that bug us here may not bug other countries that much either. There was a huge ferry accident back in Sweden in, I think it was the early 90s, and this ferry capsized and sank, and like I think it was 800 or 900 people drowned in like one within a few hours. The water was cold. It was a stormy night, and that had a deep impact on the people in Sweden and in Finland, where the ferry came from. But it didn't have as much of an impact on us here in America. We don't even know about it. Or the tsunami back in 2004 had a huge impact in Sweden, because there was like the second largest population, aside from Thai, the second largest population of people who were killed in the tsunami were Swedes, because there are so many Swedes that like to travel to Thailand. So they were killed in the big wave. And for us here in America, 2001, 9/11, 2001 was a very traumatizing event. And if you mention that, almost everybody goes, whoa. And you can feel that fear coming up in your system, because it was such an impactful event. And if we look at previous, even today, it rings through our consciousness still. If you say the words Pearl Harbor, it rings through our mind. It rings through our feeling system. It's like, oh, wow, that was the day that all the bombs fell and all these people were killed. And then, you know, there's a lot of this going on that are traumatizing on a soul level to different parts of our world. But then there are, of course, the more globalized our whole system becomes, the more basically control is being exerted by the powers that are in charge of all the channels, the information channels that we're getting. So humanity is experiencing a lot of trauma right now. We've been experiencing it from, I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but it's gotten intensified the last 6 or 7 years, right? It got harder and harder and harder. And the last few years, during the lockdown and after that, and before that, there was so much drama in this world. There was so much trauma going on, being expressed everywhere, that the pressure that's coming at us, towards us, is immense. So if you feel a bit run down, if you feel a bit overwhelmed, it is not strange. Our nervous system has had to deal with so much, both information coming at us and taking in that information and then becoming, oh, wonderful, Trenton, thank you. You just ordered the 4 elements. That's beautiful, Trenton, thank you. So the information that's been coming at us is so overwhelming that we're starting to fatigue, right? Experience a certain fatigue from it. So even though many people are not talking about it, I believe we can all feel it. I believe that the collective consciousness is getting sort of into a state of almost being beat up. And it's been fairly relentless the last few years. One bad catastrophe after the other. The pandemic, the war after that, the proxy war and everything that's going on. It's been a pretty heavy time. And then we have on the energetic field, in the field of energy, the unseen, and it's not in the field of spiritual multidimensional reality, it's in the field of 5G. That is also attacking our energy field. And we are under more stress than before from that as well. So it is not strange that we're going through a hard time. And it's also not strange that we feel triggered a lot. Because guess what? The powers to be, the powers that are feeding us all this news, they want us to feel separated, isolated, divided from each other, more afraid, more worried, and more hopeless. Because as we do, we are easier to control, and it's going to be easier. Whatever solution is offered, we're happy to take it. We're more willing to take it. The solution that's coming through here now is still to come into your own inner power. It's to come back home, right? That's what we talk about here a lot, but from different perspectives. And today, it's the perspective of outside pressure, and we come back home so we can strengthen ourselves inside. And this goes both on the light worker part, where I almost want to start calling it light warrior or something of that nature, because it's sort of, the stronger we get in ourselves, the more of a almost warrior stance you're going to have to get, because we are planting our feet fairly strongly onto Earth Mother. We are planting our energy strongly into the planet's own energy. And when we are aligned with our inner energy, your deepest part, the part of you that is already super enlightened, the part of you that is connected deep and up high to Father Sky, Father Sun, and Earth Mother, that part that's the deepest core of our energy, as we strengthen that and as we sit with that, we learn how to discern When the media is coming at us with things, we learn to discern, is this a reality for me? Is this truth for me? Or is it not? This is how we grow stronger in our stance. And at times, it's not that we have to be complete and utter rebels against just everything. But it is important that we stay true to our inner voice. That we learn to recognize what your heart says. What is your heart song? What does it say? How does that come through? How does your heart resonate into the world? What can you feel in your system? And if you can't feel anything yet, have faith. Trust that you're in a process of healing. You're in a process of getting to know your inner self, getting to know your inner territory, getting to know your inner stability. So as these parts of our chakra system comes into alignment, they don't always do that by themselves. Sometimes we need help from other people to help energetically align and remove and pull out blocks and then spin it back up so that the energy can get even more active and balanced. But one of the things that's coming through right now is for us to have faith, right? Stay in that love, stay in that light. Because the pressure from the outside, we know it's heavy. As you come back home, if you come into yourself, it doesn't have to be as heavy. And then, of course, the other thing is to spend time outdoors, spend time in nature, get to know Earth Mother again. Because so many of us, 99%, have gotten so sucked into the world of cell phones, computers, and disconnection from the world of natural energy, from the world of life itself. So we come back home, we learn how to meditate, we learn how to discern when a message is truthful coming at us or not. If this smells like the truth, or does it smell like somebody's covering something up? Does it smell fake, or like there's an agenda, or like there's propaganda? Does it smell that way? Can you discern for yourself what you allow into your system? If it's a fear-based message, ask yourself, who gains from this message? Who can gain from us all being afraid of something? Because it's almost always propaganda. It's almost always somebody saying something to get an effect. Strength and shine. We are spiritual warriors. It takes strength to be a light worker. We are love warriors fighting fear. Yeah. Wow, Trenton, that's beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. Light warriors, that's a good one. Oh, good day. So, that's a nice comment. Right, LEK, right? So we come together this way. We strengthen each other, right? We're sitting here together and we get stronger inside of ourselves, our conviction, our feeling, our system, our alignment. And one of the things I guess I wanted to share this too, because it came up, and I used that image of I know she wasn't a physical sister of mine in any way, shape, or form, and I've never met the woman, Sinead O'Connor, but she was definitely a soul sister of mine, and I was very connected to her. Her music got me through some extremely difficult times when I was young, and it was very heartbreaking. It was sad to see that she passed last week. So I've done what I could to kind of honor her energy and her impact on our world. Thank you, LEK. Thank you, LEK. It feels like we are connected to her in a very deep, strong way. There was something very honest and real about how she communicated to the world. And she's been very present in the energy field, in the meditations. So that has been beautiful. And hopefully we can keep her in a high standing space so that the healing she brought to us can really truly grow into our world. can keep going, and we can help her release her pain as well. Because of course that's a tough passage. It's not easy. So the topic of today is the soul loss of humanity. And one more thing about that is that the triggered states, right? So when somebody brings up, when the media or any other outlet brings up, oh, there's a new disease coming, it doesn't only trigger the memories. Oh, there you go, Trenton. She was a strong and beautiful being, yes, and had to fight fear because of it. Yes, absolutely. And it was amazing. The stand that she took was unbelievable. That she spoke out about these things around the Catholic Church a long time before it became public, as in like altogether public, the way it did in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, when suddenly it broke in the news and everybody was talking about it. She was about 10 years earlier when she ripped up that picture, and she was vocal about how she felt around it, you know. So now she was a beautiful soul. Beautiful, beautiful soul. We will hold her up in our meditation or healing session in a little bit. I just want to make sure that we don't interrupt that. The trigger, right? So humankind, humanity, we also have inherited genetic memory, right? So we have memories from thousands of years ago that are in our system. Sometimes this is why people, it's either energetic memory, right? We all have energetic, we share from the Akashic records and from our previous lifetimes, we have memories, but we also have it in our physical body. The DNA in your body carries memory of trauma from your parents and other things too, right? We carry it. We just never were aware of it earlier, but they're becoming more and more aware of it. And that also means that if something reminds our DNA that, oh my God, the plague is coming, the plague that wiped out at least one, I think it wiped out 2/3 of Europe's population back in the 1600s or something like that, and or 1500s, I think it was. But anyway, they wiped out a lot of people. The Black Plague and the other plagues that came, it killed so many people. And our genetic memory, of course, carries that within it. So if somebody brings something up that reminds us of that, we actually go into fear mode like real quick and real deep. Even though when you are, if you are more on a spiritual path and more attuned and in alignment with yourself, you will actually be able to discern a little more. Like, hang on, is this really, should I be this scared of this? Is this really, really true? And so far it hasn't been, right? It just looked like it, but it wasn't really that, was it? So, but there's a lot of, and war, same thing with war. Huge trauma in our DNA memory. So when somebody says war, and we all feel it in our system, we're, can feel like the pain and the suffering and the explosions and the guns and the weapons and everything, right? Oh, we go like that. Well, that's a trigger. That's a trigger. Because a part of your DNA has been through it at some point. Either 1,000 years ago or 200 years ago or 50 years ago. So somewhere the system of control, the system of the matrix, have figured out how to keep us in a constant state of being triggered. And when we sit in these sessions, one of the thoughts or helping hands here is that I want for you to find peace, both in your own meditation and in these healing sessions. Find peace. Find your inner peace, because it is always there. That peace lives beyond the level of mind. On the level of mind, we can often be triggered, we can often be scared, we can often be whatever. But in your energy center, your core, there's always stillness and peace, no matter how much is spinning around it. It's a lot like kind of a tornado, where the center is completely still. we're going to move into the healing session. Um, Thanks for purchasing this, Trenton. That's beautiful. The four elements. Thank you. And we are. I'd like for you to. We do this often in our healing sessions right now. But as we do this, we are going to connect. We are going to hold up our beloved sister Sinead. We're going to hold her up in light. And we're also going to hold up ourselves in light. We're going to want to see ourselves deeply rooted, grounded energetically, almost like I can paint a picture for you right now, where envision yourself like you're held up in the ether, like an energy body, fully extended, and there's like sparks of energy coming out of your fingers up to the sky, and you're connected upwards into the heavens. And underneath you, in your energy body, your roots are shooting out of your feet. Lightning is shooting out of your feet down into Earth Mother, connecting deep into the energy field of Earth Mother. This is the image I would like for you to hold yourself up in. Tayo, wahi taya, wahi taya, mahi toyo, mahi toyo. Feel the electricity. Feel the power. All right, everybody. We're going to go into our healings part. Oh, to 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 yo to yo to. With your permission, we will be helping to remove things that can be removed. Mahi toyo, tai, tai, toyo, 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 tai. Eyo. Ay. Tayo yo-yo. Tai. 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 Yo-yo. 太陽は偉大や。太陽、太陽、太陽、太陽、太陽、太陽。だ太陽。おーと太陽。太陽は偉大や。太陽は偉とよ。太陽、へや、へや、へや、へや。太陽、へや、へや。太陽、太陽、太陽、太陽。太陽よいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよい太陽、太陽、太陽よ。太陽。太陽よよよよよよよよよよよよよよよよよよよよ太陽、太陽。太陽はへや。太陽はへよはへよはへよはへよはへよはへよ。太陽。太陽いよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよいよい Doi oi 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 はいよへおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおいおい Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for healing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for healing me. Om. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming on board. That last little song was a piece of a song that Sinead O'Connor made. I think it's called "Thank You, Thank You for Hearing Me," and this was my own version of it. But I thought it was appropriate. It felt appropriate. It's been coming through these last few days since she passed. So I'm very grateful we get to share these moments. I'm grateful we get to sit in this healing space. And oh my God, I felt so much energy moving here today. This was amazing. And it was unbelievable how much light you are able to hold. You were receiving a ton of upgrades. Thank you, Trenton Shine. Much love to you. Thank you, Johnny Neal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there was so much light coming through there. Thank you, Ellie K. You are able to hold so much light. Glenna Coleman, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Glenna. Ellie K. So, yes, I'm very happy we share this space. I'm very happy we sit here together. I don't know if I've met any one of you in person, actually. We've only met online. And it's very interesting with Glenna Coleman because I know your son. I used to live in Mammoth when he lived up there, and we know each other from there. So it's amazing how Glenna got connected and we got connected through the media, through these social media outlets. So I'm very grateful we are here. Trenton, I'm glad you're here. Johnny, Ellie, Kay, Glenna Coleman, Serpent Visionary Oracle, and whoever else comes on board here. I'm very grateful. Water Sprite. Thank you. Swati, Aja Swati, Taya, Heiko Taya. So nice to see everybody. Have a beautiful, lovely week. And keep an eye out. Start that notification bell because I'm starting to post more videos throughout the week. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Much love, much love. Namaste. And aho. Okay, bye, everybody.